kid gets a much better kick away this time around. It is Gordon from his own 8-yard line. And out to the 30. 49-yard punt, 21-yard return. And 2:01 to play in a game that we figured was going to be just heavy on the fireworks. Look at these teams ranking first and second and first and third in all of these offensive categories. It just hasn't happened that way.
Well, it hasn't happened. And again, let me just say it one more time. If it was a nice, calm day, I think the play calling, the execution, we would see an entirely different football game from both sides.
Wait for the whistle.
The Jets with 11 rushing yards and 171 passing. Terrell Davis. And that goes nowhere. Maybe 2 yards as we hit the 2-minute warning of a scoreless AFC Championship game. We'll come back to Mile High Stadium right after this. Once again, coming up at halftime, Jim Nance and the crew are here in Denver for the NASDAQ Amex halftime report. They'll have first half analysis, highlights from the NFC Championship game, and Jets Hall of Fame Super Bowl III MVP Joe Namath joins us live. That's all coming up on the NASDAQ Amex halftime report.
You know, there's Fireman Ed.
The last scoreless first half in an AFC Championship game, Denver at Buffalo. It's the only AFC Championship game the Broncos ever lost. Minute 56 to play here in the first half. 2nd and 8 for Denver. Going to the near side, McCaffrey with a fine catch at the 40-yard line. Aaron Glenn was right there, and McCaffrey pulled it in.
Aaron Glenn read the play, but what happened is Ed McCaffrey is 6'5", and he couldn't get around him to make the play.
Clock continues to move. 1:35 to play.
Quarterback sneak.
That's exactly what Elway does, and he gets the first down. And now, timeout called. And the Broncos use their third and final timeout here in the first half. Out of timeouts, Phil.
John Elway's out of timeouts. The New York Jets defense has shown they can hang in there and control the running game. But what they've really shown the Denver Broncos, we can cover your receivers down the football field.
Elway under the gun and goes down. Chad Cascadden, number 53, with the sack.
Well, anytime the New York Jets get a sack, Chad Cascadden, he's like the guy that can do everything for the defense. Plays linebacker, rushes the passer, covers running backs out of the backfield. He can do it all.
2nd and 18, going to go long down the field for McCaffrey. Incomplete. Corwin Brown, number 44, was there.
Greg, what has happened to the Denver Broncos offense in their passing game is the Jets have not been fooled by the play-action passes. And that's what the Broncos offense lives on. But they've changed their coverage in the backfield. Usually, if I can explain this right, the Jets like to split the field. They leave the middle open against almost everybody. The Broncos love that type of defense. Today, the Jets and Bill Belichick are putting both their safeties inside almost every single play, taking the inside passing game away from the Denver Broncos.
Broncos 0 for 1 on 3rd and yardage longer than 8. On the blitz. Elway rolling, throwing downfield. It is incomplete. 4 Jets around Shannon Sharp. And with 56 seconds on the clock, the Broncos will kick it away.
16 years in the league, John Elway can still get out of the pocket, avoids the defender, but again, not enough room to stick the ball in down to the receiver once they get down the field.
And John Elway has not been able to throw the ball effectively today. Vinny Testaverde has, but when the Jets have gotten close, turnovers have killed him.
Hey, you get good at analyzing this
Thank
thing.
you very much.
Like that.
Dave Meggett at his own 15 for the punt from Ruin. Got it away. And a penalty marker is down as Meggett chases the ball out of bounds.
Holding on the Broncos that time, Ray Lucas, the backup quarterback for the New York Jets, is going to go in. He's going to block the punt. So it was a good job by the Broncos grabbing him and tackling to keep him from blocking the punt.
Holding. Kicking team number 59, 10-yard penalty. Repeat, 4th down.
Let's Glenn Cadrez. Watch up the middle. Ray Lucas, number 6. He's coming. He is going to absolutely block that punt. Glenn Cadrez, number 59 on the ground. That is a terrific job knowing your beat and knowing the quickest way to that punter is right up the middle. So Rick Dennison, the special teams coach, he's going, good job.
Nice penalty.
Good job.
47 seconds left on the clock. From the 30 to about the 39-yard line. If you're not going to Miami, CBS Sportsline will bring Miami to you for the big picture with continuous updates and reports throughout Super Bowl 33. Log on to cbs.sportsline.com or on America Online at keyword CBS Sportsline. Probably get all those pictures of Phil relaxing in his backyard.
Oh, sure. Just what I do.
38 seconds to play in the first half.
I don't think I ever relax, really. You know, I just live tired. Just keep going.
Certainly didn't relax on those promos last week, did you? First down from the 40, Testaverde. With time over the middle, Quebec hangs on after juggling for a moment. And it's a first down at about the Denver 41-yard line.
Well, Vinny Testaverde, you get in this position, your time is against you. No timeouts, 1 timeout left. You go down the middle of the field, but the Denver Broncos, watch what they do. Look, 2 pass rushers, Alfred Williams on one side, somebody over here, I can't see who it is, and they just give Testaverde all day to throw. Wayne Corbett in the middle of the field, good move, perfect throw.
You might recall a week ago, Wayne Corbett had a bit of a fumbling problem and came out with wearing some long sleeves, much to the delight of Bill Parcells.
Sleeves and gloves. Bill Parcells says, I want my wide receivers, when it gets cold, I want something on their arms to give them something that, so when the ball is thrown, it gives it a chance to stick, because your skin, when it's cold, gets slick just like everything else. And Wayne Corbett didn't have him on last week. He fumbled, and he heard about it.
You saw the number of timeouts remaining. It's a score, 0 for each team. 29 seconds on the clock. Testaverde throws, complete, out of bounds. No, it's ruled incomplete. Dedrick Ward with the dive.
Well, the Jets throwing some different plays at the Denver Broncos defense. Dedrick Ward going down and breaking out. He is wide open. Vinny Testaverde puts it there.
Oh, incomplete.
Just can't quite bring it in. See what happens. The wide receiver, Dedrick Ward, knows the sideline. He's fighting all these thoughts, and he forgets that number 1 thing, catch the football.
.23 seconds on the clock. Testaverde going to throw, complete, Dedrick Ward. And Ward out of bounds at about the 15-yard line. What a terrific throw by Vinny Testaverde.
What a terrific throw. It's a blitz. What a pickup by the New York Jets. Look at all the defenders inside. Single coverage up top. And look at the pickup. Nobody gets near the quarterback. Testaverde anticipates the throw. Nice catch by Dedrick Ward, who turns the defender all the way around down the field.
So now the Jets out of timeouts. First down at the 14-yard line. You see Testaverde's numbers in the red zone. As time throws incomplete, intended for Curtis Martin out of the backfield.
If that ball would have been complete, the half would have probably ended. Vinny Testaverde, the Jets, you got to know if you're going to throw it, it must go into the end zone or to the sideline. 10 seconds left, no timeouts. You've got to throw it in the end zone.
Keith Byers bringing the play in from the sideline.
Now, what you do as a quarterback, you've got to know this, Greg. You've got to come to the line of scrimmage, and it's got to be an instant read. You've got to know right away you've got a chance. If not, you just drop back and you throw it out of the back of the end zone or out of bounds.
Keyshawn Johnson, flanked to the near side of the field. Testaverde throws, incomplete. Keith Byers is intended receiver.
The Jets, they pack everybody inside, and what they do, watch Keith Byers coming out of the backfield. He's going to do an out and up, and he is open for the touchdown. And Vinny Testaverde's upset. He knows it's a touchdown. He wants holding on the play against Bill Romanowski. It was not.
This will be a 32-yard field goal attempt by John Hall. And Hall's kick is good. The first. Do you think it was a quiet, subdued locker room on each side, Phil?
You know, Greg, I think it was, because I think they're both in shock. I mean, I think really, no matter how you look at it, they go, well, I know it's windy, it's this and that, but still they expect to be able to execute and do the simple things, and just not controlling the football by both teams stopped them from scoring.
Terrell Davis, 14 carries, 75 yards in the first half, but maybe the biggest difference of all, John Elway, 4 out of 14 for just 33 yards.
Denver wanted to run the football. They tried. They had some success. But the thing is, when they tried to take advantage of the fact that they were running the football well, nothing was open for John Elway to throw the football to. So couldn't make those drives, couldn't score because of the defensive backs of the New York Jets.
Vaughn Hebron is deep for the Broncos, and he will watch the ball bounce in the end zone, and he will not run it out. Let's check in with our sideline reporters, beginning with Armin Katayan. Armin.
Greg, talk to Mike Shanahan. No big surprises, no big changes for the Broncos. They have the win in the third quarter. Look for them to open it up and try to win this game right now. Now over to Bonnie.
Bill Parcells seems pretty happy all around. He said his defense is playing great, and he's actually pretty happy with the way the offense is moving the ball. He said, give or take, a couple weather-related fumbles and miscues, we'd be right in this. Greg?
All right, Bonnie. First down for the Broncos from their own 20-yard line. And he'll go right to the air. Incomplete. The ball sailing over Rod Smith, the intended receiver.
John Elway struggling with the elements, the wind, the ball, not the grip he wants. That's why the ball's getting away from him. It did there, but I thought Armin said something that was very important. The Broncos have the win, and now when you get in the second half of a game, you know, the loser's out. You got to. The strategy is very important. So now you got to take advantage of it while you have it behind your back.
On 2nd and 10, Davis, right side. Little bit of running room, about 4 yards on the play. You know, we've been talking all week long. Heck, this is the 8th time we've seen the Denver Broncos this year. We've been talking all season long about how do you stop Terrell Davis. The answer is probably you don't stop him. You just try to contain him a little bit.
Try to get, you know, Greg, that is exactly right. And don't over pursue. Don't be, like we said, don't try to be a star. That way they can't use those play action passes and really move the ball down the field.
Elway from the shotgun on 3rd and 5. Quick pass, incomplete, intended for Rod Smith, and Ray Mickens was right there to make the play for the Jet cornerback.
Now, the one thing the New York Jets, we said it earlier in the show, on 3rd down, especially when you're throwing short passes, trying to pick up the first downs, they do a terrific job of defending those passes. And the best one I've seen with the Jets, and maybe in the National Football League doing that, Ray Mickens, number 24.
Dave Meggett deep for the punt from Ruin. End over end, way out of bounds, up near midfield. It's not a terrific punt. It will be terrific field position for the New York Jets when we come back. Greg Gumbel, Phil Simms, Armin Katayan, Bonnie Bernstein, and the rest of our crack crew at Mile High Stadium. The Jets with their first possession here in the third quarter, first down from their own 45-yard line. They lead 3-0. You saw the flags atop the upright. The wind has been a factor here today. Testaverde with the screen for Curtis Martin. Martin midfield. Cracked down at the 40-yard line, and a penalty marker flies. Romanowski delivering another big hit for the Broncos. And Romo gets up staggered.
Well, that is having just no regard for your body, and he just went down there and threw it into Curtis Martin, and it was a ferocious hit.
Offense, number 62, 10-yard penalty, Repeat first down.
That's going to cost the Jets left guard Todd Berger.
Bill Romanowski is all the way to the left. He sees the screen play, watch the hustle, comes across the field. The New York Jets, a terrific screen team, and look at this hit. Just give it up. And Bill Romanowski, we talked to him on Friday. Look at Curtis Martin. He's protecting that football. But what did he say to us Friday? He goes, I hate everybody in the opposing uniform. And he means it in a good way. That's what you want in a football player. And he's, you know, he has a couple rules. What was one rule? Never help the opposing player up after you knock him down.
And don't be a teammate of his either. Who does that? First down. Testaverde, ball tipped. Keyshawn Johnson couldn't reach it, and it falls incomplete. You know, when we saw Romo on Friday, I kept, you know, he has to be in the best shape of his football career.
Well, he is. He works at it year-round. He's just a student of the game mentally and just takes care of his body and works hard. And you can see it. Always running around. Big tackle on Curtis Martin on a screen play. Stops Keyshawn Johnson from getting a first down. Caused a fumble by Keith Byers.
He's still shaking the cobwebs on the bench as the Jets look at 2nd and 10. Martin gets nowhere. Number 51, John Mobley, tackles him for a 1-yard loss.
Well, the New York Jets, I mean, they've gotten to the point, you just run the football to try to keep some rhythm in the game, to let the quarterback keep the defense somewhat honest. That's what you want to do. But that time, nobody even blocks John Mobley on the outside. Matt O'Dwyer, the right guard, pulling around. You got to pick up that first color of the opposite team and block them no matter where they're at. That's the line coach, Bill Muir, talking to Coach Parcells and trying to plead his case.
3rd and 11. The Jets 1 of 4 for 8 yards or more on 3rd down. Testaverde rolls, throws, and it is incomplete. Intended for Corbett. He had enough for the first down, but couldn't come up with the catch.
Well, it was a good throw, good try by the quarterback, Vinny Testaverde. Throw it down where only your guy can catch it. Wayne Corbett, zone defense, just find an open space. He does it. Tries to make the catch, but it goes between his arms.
And so John Kidd to kick to Darian Gordon. End over end. Bounces at the 20. Gonna roll inside the 10. This will be pretty good for the New York Jets and their fans on hand, but a penalty marker is down. Way back upfield, where 54 Dwayne Gordon but it's going to be against the Broncos.
Holding, kicking team number 42 during the kick, half the distance to the goal.
That's Marcus Coleman.
Number 42. Denver keeps the ball. First down.
So it'll be first down, and the Broncos will be very deep in their own territory.
CBS is sponsored by Southwest Airlines, proud sponsor of the NFL and official airline of the Super Bowl. Chrysler, engineered to be great cars. And by the NASDAQ Amex Market Group, the market of markets.
Once again, our aerial coverage being provided today by Southwest Airlines. 12:29 to play, third quarter. The Broncos to start from their own 2-yard line.
That must be fun up in that blimp on a windy day. Yeah, that's just what I'd like to do. Get blown around.
That's why we're mighty appreciative. First down, play action. Elway throws, and another one deflected at the line of scrimmage. The 4th one today, and this one again from Mo Lewis.
Well, Mo Lewis, he's like Bill Romanowski for the New York Jets. He is everywhere, knocking down passes. Number 57 gets away from Terrell Davis, gets up. And the New York Jets, we said it earlier, they do not rush the passer. They're not great at it, but they do knock a lot of passes down by being smart, waiting for the quarterback to commit, then raise your arms.
Second down, quick drop, quick throw, incomplete. McCaffrey had it and lost it.
Either that ball was tipped or he couldn't see because of the sunlight. Look, you just could, that right there, you could see Ed McCaffrey coming across, and you could see the sunlight on his face. The ball is not tipped. Oh, yes, absolutely. He lost that ball completely in the sun. He is blinded after it hits him. He has no idea where it is. And there's the spot he tried to catch the football. Tough job for Ed McCaffrey.
3rd and 10. McCaffrey in motion. Elway pulls it down. Now throws complete to Dwayne Carswell. And Carswell pulled down short of the 10-yard line. That will be not enough for a first down. And the Broncos will have to kick it out of their own end zone.
Greg, something I didn't expect to see today. I thought John Elway would have all day to throw the football. But the Jets, not that they're sacking him or hitting him, but they're moving the offensive lineman back. They're getting in his face. He's having a hard time looking down the field and throwing the ball accurately.
We talk about stopping the Broncos and stopping Terrell Davis, but the 2 games, the regular season games the Broncos lost, it was John Elway who really had pretty tough games throwing the football. Jets will take over deep in Denver territory. Blake Spence, number 82.
Well, they had one blocked earlier in the day, and it was a good job by Glenn Cadres stopping it. And this time, Blake Spence. Let's see where he comes from. The Broncos again miss it. Blake Spence coming untouched. They get confused. The Jets put a lot of people down inside. They leave the backup tight end free, comes through and does a good job of not going too far and blocking the punt.
Tight ends converged. Blake Spence blocked it, the rookie out of Oregon. 6th-year tight end Fred Baxter recovered. And the Jets with the ball at the 1.5-yard line. 1st and goal. Curtis Martin, touchdown.
And Greg, the one thing I noticed right there that time was when Vinny Testaverde was underneath the center on the 1/2-yard line, because of the pace of play today and what we're watching, no crowd noise. And that's usually where it's the worst, coming out of the end zone or going into it. Communication was not a problem for the New York Jets.
Curtis Martin with 8 rushing touchdowns on the season and 1 through the air, goes the 1/2 yard into the end zone. Hall out of Kidd's Hole is good. Talk about turnovers in playoff games being critical. The blocked punt leads to the Jet touchdown and a 10-0 lead. A rookie out of Oregon comes up with the biggest play of this game so far. The blocked punt, which gave the Jets the ball at the 1/2-yard line, and Curtis Martin converted. 10-0 Jets. Vaughn Hepburn to the 20, to 30, across the 35 and out to the 36. Let's go back to the touchdown.
Risky play for the New York Jets. Trevor Price almost tackles Curtis Martin in the end zone for about a 3-4-yard loss, but he makes a good run, and Kevin Mawai, the center, number 68, in the middle, gets Keith Traylor. Tough block, gets him down to the ground, and he knows it's a touchdown.
Meanwhile, Jets fans will find that a familiar sight. Well, maybe not the hug, but certainly Fireman Ed.
Yeah, he won't be doing that cheer in this stadium.
Elway sending his receivers back from whence they came. Play fake. All kinds of time. Going long, McCaffrey. Inside the 20 to the Jets 16-yard line.
The New York Jets blow the coverage. They have it. They have the perfect coverage. The safety. Watch this come across. The safety come up. Then Ed McCaffrey gets behind it. Here he comes. He comes up. Ed McCaffrey goes behind. John Elway sees it. Big passing play. Boy, and Ed McCaffrey does a good job of making sure of the catch when you're wide open.
Terrell Davis, left side. He's what you call running downhill.
Greg, that's exactly what I thought. That was running downhill, and it was out of control, too. Victor Green, number 21. Watch Terrell Davis. I mean, when he turns it up, here he comes. Victor Green, number 21, just got enough on him to bring him down.
Neil Smith, you betcha. Neil Smith had a 79-yard return of a fumble for a touchdown against the Dolphins last week. On second down, all kinds of time. Elway throws, touchdown. Howard Griffith.
Well, all of a sudden, John Elway has found out how to throw this football. This is throwing it in some tight quarters, puts a lot of heat on it. Corwin Brown, number 44, saw the play, but because of the speed of the throw, couldn't get there in time to make the play.
Elam for the extra point. And it's good. The Jet lead is down to 3. Did you really think on his final appearance at Mile High Stadium you'd hold number 7 down for long?
CBS is sponsored by First Union, your guide to the financial world, and by Staples, the office superstore.
Back at Mile High Stadium, the Broncos set to kick it away. Quick drive of 64 yards gets Denver right back into the game. Short kick, bouncing back, loose ball. And Denver says it has it. This will be big.
The wind held it up right from the start.
The Broncos have it. It took a Denver bounce, and the Broncos were there when it came down.
What happened is Jason Elam went to kick the ball hard, and he got underneath it. The ball was spinning.